What's going on, everybody? We're back at it here with another reef build. It's been well over a year since I posted anything reef related, but I'm excited to get this Evo 5 back up and running for everyone to enjoy, as well as myself to enjoy in my home. So let me run you quickly through what I got this time around, and we'll go from there. If you're just starting out, this isn't really going to be a video that's going to go too much into detail into the ins and outs of how to set up a tank, but all in all, it's pretty straightforward. You know, for my heater, I'm running a full-size heater here. I took the smaller heater out. I do have the stock media filtration system with the carbon. It's actually still the original carbon that I need to get replaced that I never bothered replacing. A little media basket, but nothing too crazy. Sorry, I just dropped my file there. And in the back here, I actually have the chamber empty. Rather, not empty, but I didn't put the heater back here just because it wouldn't fit. So I have just the return pump that's feeding out through here. I know it's a little cluttered in this corner, but I'm trying to keep the overall picture clean here. I do have an auto top off that I'll be running. That's what you see here. And I'll walk you through all this once it's up and running. I do plan to fill up this tank and a little bit here with water, but just wanted to give you the breakdown before I actually do that. This wire is going over to my little auto top off pump, which is right here, and it's going to go into its own freshwater 5-gallon bin. More on that in a little bit because I actually am making my own water here as well. I do have an RODI unit. For the actual scape here, I already put the rocks in a position where I think I like them. Tell me what you think. The glass is a little dirty, but you get the point here. Ran with, this is all rock I've used in the past, so all this is dead. The sand is dead, the rocks are dead, even though they're purple. They're no longer activated or primed, or however you want to call it. I know some of those rocks that you can buy are, but these ones are just dead at this point. I do have those 4 pieces, you know, with the little cave here, kind of like I had last time. But let me show you the other rocks that I have going on over here. A couple of them are a little bit too big for my liking, but I do have a lot of neat characteristics. I really like this one, but I couldn't quite get it to fit with the scheme. These guys are a little monotone, not porous enough for me and my liking, but this guy's pretty cool. It's got three layers. I thought I've put maybe some SPS up high near the lights with this, but I couldn't quite get it to fit nicely where I wanted to actually use it. So I may add more rocks later, I may not. We'll see. But that's what I'm running for rocks. In terms of my protein skimmer, I still have the BioCube by Coral Life. Honestly, mixed results or mixed feelings on this protein skimmer. It doesn't do a phenomenal job in my opinion, but it fits into my tank pretty neatly, and I'll see after I get the tank cycled. I'll see if I want to cycle that in and see if I can get any properly skimming this time around. I didn't really have too much luck last time. If you have a video of this skimmer actually working good, put it in the link below so I can actually go see it, because I was having a hard time with anybody actually pulling up a pretty decent skim rate or skim on that skimmer there. But for testing salinity, I just have my ATC. I do also have this manual meter here, but I don't really use that. It's not as accurate as this, but I already dialed it into the stock readings that they should come with. And then for measuring my waters, parts per million, the TDS meter here, I think I got like 25 bucks or something on Amazon. Nothing too crazy. I bought this a while back, but the water that I made is actually reading about 52 before going through the RODI system, and then 2 after. I used to read 1, but I think my filters in my RODI system are getting saturated. I may have to switch them out here in about half a year or so. And then your varying water chemistry test kits. Mine's not all inclusive. Obviously I'm missing some stuff, but I tested my pH already, and it was reading about 8.4 to 8.2, so we'll see how I feel on that. but everything else, like calcium and phosphate, I normally don't test for, but I'll worry about that after everything is cycled. And I will hopefully eventually start getting my ammonia readings when I am looking for ammonia in the tank. I don't have a nitrate test kit. I do have a nitrite, but I never really use that when I'm cycling. So yeah, that's everything I got. Let me show you the RODI system real quick. Alright, so this is my RODI unit. It's a Cooler Max model AR-122. But the way this works, you just have a feed line, that's the red line here, with an on-off switch that connects to the actual water source of your sink. I'll put it on the cold side. And then you'll have two hoses that actually feed out from the unit. One, which is black in my case, is your trash water. This is just the water that's not truly RODI. And then you have the clean water, which is this blue end for me. It takes me about, say, 15-20 minutes to filter 5 gallons. But between getting that RODI water in a 5-gallon bucket, I then add my salt. This is the salt that I'm using still. It's the same salt I've always used, just the Instant Ocean Reef crystals. There's a purple variant. I just use the orange. It does plenty enough growth for me. But in my case, when I fill a 5-gallon bucket up to about here, it takes 3 full cups, or actually 4 full cups, to get my salt up to the readings that I like, which is I think 35 for the salinity for me, or the 1.026 for the specific gravity, which you can read here what your readings would be for calcium if you were to make a specific gravity. A 1.026, I'd be running at 455 right here. So we'll see if that's true when I get it all up and running. So in this other bucket here, you can see I already have the water mixed. It's been a couple days now, but I run a heater. Not that it matters the first go around, but when I start adding water to the tank with fish and coral in it, you want to make sure the water's not too cold, not too hot. So that, and then I just have a circulation pump in here, nothing too crazy. But let me walk you back to the tank and then we'll get it filled up here. So the one thing that I didn't show you too, what wave maker I was going to be using. This is the Jabo Eco, I think it's the PP4 model. I've had this for a long time now. It's done me well. This is my second wave maker, but this one's actually lasted the time. It's got its wave controller right here, fast, low, different speeds and different modes, and it also has a feed time there for when you want to actually pause the pump, if I'm not mistaken. But the other thing I'm running here is some quilts batting. This is just some really cheap stuff that I like to use as my mechanical filter here, in addition to this sponge that's running here. Think of it as a filter sock, but I just cut an appropriate size piece out, and this bag has lasted me for many years now with no issues there. And I did modify my tank for those use. Still the same tank. I do have the return feed, or the overflow slit here kind of glued off with a piece of red Solo cup, just because I want to force the water through the actual filtration system. You don't have to do that, but if you do that, just know that as your water evaporates, you're going to start losing water on this side of your tank. So if you do have your heater back here, just make sure your heater is not running below your minimum if you're going to block this off. Okay, but that's pretty much the gist of the tank. I'm really excited and eager to show you guys the progress here. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up by hand, making sure I'm not gonna splash too much water on the sand, and we'll see how it looks like once everything is up and running, and then we'll let the water settle down. Hopefully by the next video I'll give you guys an update and maybe the plans for the future, and you can leave me any advice down below. Okay, thanks guys, I'll see you in a sec. Wow, 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 look at that. That water column is looking clean already. Guess that's the plus side of using sand that you've already had in your tank before. So for gaining my ammonia, I'm actually not dropping in a fish. I'm going to do a fishless cycle, just ghost feeding. So I've got some omega-1 pellets here. I'm just going to be dropping in a little bit just to kind of help the bacteria have something to kind of start the process on. And my hope is that this will degrade and eventually start the nitrogen cycle and get some ammonia in the tank. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's as easy as that for starters. If you want to be getting a hardy fish, you can. I've done it before. That's how I've done it before. This is going to be my first time doing a fishless cycle, so we'll see how long it takes. Hoping no more than 2 to 3 weeks, but each tank is different. This one's not too big, so I don't see it taking very long, but I'll keep you guys posted as I test the water column and go from there. But yeah, guys, I'm excited. Again, I'm hoping to get some LPS in here. I don't know if y'all remember my friend who has a 50-gallon that I made a little series on. He's still up and running, actually, with the same tank, with the same frags that he had from back then, and they are massive right now. So maybe I'll shoot a video if I'm ever over there again, and you guys can appreciate his tank a little bit more. But he definitely has some frags lined up for me, so I'm looking forward to getting those and seeing how nice this tank can get. I'm going to be here for at least 2 or so years, so this is going to be a nice build series, and we will keep you posted. Alright guys, if you have any questions or recommendations on this tank, leave a comment down below. Appreciate you checking in and hope to hear from you guys soon. See ya.